Alright, guys. Let's talk a little Mayweather McGregor. I've been meaning to do this video for a while. I was holding off on it, but after going through YouTube, I gotta go ahead and do it. Because everybody's going crazy because Conor got him a boxing license in California and all that. So, let's talk about it. A lot of people have said that it's impossible, it can't happen, because Conor's tied up with the UFC, money split, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to break down why, how, and what I like to see happen, plus potential outcomes. Okay, let's talk about why the fight should happen. Okay, obviously, the money. It's going to be a shitload of money for everybody involved. And who's involved? Floyd, Conor, and the UFC. Okay, why should Floyd take this fight? Okay, Floyd is always saying now that he won't fight unless it's for $100 million, at least. Alright? Conor McGregor's setting the world on fire. He's setting the MMA world on fire for sure. I mean, doing record numbers all the time. Record gates. He gets in with this guy. Conor's gonna sell the fight by himself with trash talk. He's gonna, talk Floyd out the building. All Floyd has to do is, he'll just show up and do a zinger or two, or just be the old mature guy, and he can still make $100 million because Conor's he's gonna sell the fight. Okay. Plus, Floyd has all of the experience advantage. I mean, if it's a boxing match, it's in his wheelhouse. So you're gonna fight a guy who hadn't had one professional boxing fight. You can make $100 million off of it, and he's gonna sell the hell out of it. That's win-win-win. $100 million guarantee. Take it. Why not? Okay. Now, why should Conor take the fight? Okay. Let's just say he took the $50 million that Floyd offered. $50 million guarantee. Plus, he should definitely work in some back-end pay-per-view, some bonus points, pay-per-view sold, etc. Alright, if they reach certain numbers on Livegate and all that kind of stuff. Get a little extra money. But you take that because, hell, honestly, he's not going to get that big of a payday fighting anybody in the UFC. Not currently. So you take the $50 million, and your profile is going to get a lot bigger. This is going to be a huge worldwide event. Okay. So it's going to boost your profile, and if somehow, some way you can pull off the impossible, my God, just what that would do for his legacy and his name. You couldn't even put a price on it. He'd be a made man. He'd be an instant sports icon, legend across the board, known worldwide. Okay. Alright. So boost the profile, plus you get a big payday. Alright, now, why should the UFC go along with this? They've been saying that, the UFC want to prove this. UFC won't let Conor just do a straight up boxing match because he'll get embarrassed, all this kind of stuff. Okay, so why should the UFC do it? Okay, it's quite simple. The money. Alright. And that leads into how this fight can happen. Okay. A lot of people, they think the UFC would be a big roadblock to this fight. Well, I have an idea as to why the UFC should be okay with this. Why they should let it happen. It's quite simple, and nobody has said it. And that's Fight Pass. Fight Pass. Okay, imagine this. Floyd is no longer under contract with Showtime, so he's free to work with and do whatever he wants. Okay, of course Conor's on a contract with the UFC, so why should they let him take this fight? What if the UFC and Fight Pass was the exclusive broadcaster and distributor for this fight? Think about it. Now this is $100 million. I'm sorry, this is $100 pay-per-view, just like the Pacquiao Floyd fight was. Okay, it's that big of a spectacle, that big of a must-see event. Okay, and they could sell it and push the hell out of it. Okay. Now, instead of the cable companies getting a piece, the UFC gets that piece. Okay. So I just did some sample math. Okay. Let's say worst case scenario, they sell 2 million pay-per-views on Fight Pass. Okay. That's $200 million. Okay. If the UFC took a 40% cut like the cable companies do, that's $80 million. Okay. You may say, that's kind of small, on the low end, but hey, that's $80 million that they're not making off Fight Pass. Plus, and this is the biggie, this is why it would be really beneficial to them. This is like a huge commercial for UFC Fight Pass. I mean, for the people that don't know about it, they will know about it. It'll be worldwide known what UFC Fight Pass is, and people gotta get it. They gotta get a streaming device or download the app on their phone or whatever they gotta do to see this fight. So this would be just a big commercial. You got, the two biggest selling combat sports stars going at it on your platform, and you're gonna get a nice chunk of it. And like I said, 200 million, that's the low end, because like we know, Conor, he's at this point averaging 1.5 million pay-per-view buys by himself. So you add in Floyd, you should easily expect the extra 500,000. And with the spectacle of this fight, it should far exceed 2 million pay-per-view buys for sure. Far exceed. I mean, I don't think it would crack the Pacquiao Mayweather number, but still, I mean, if it goes over 2 million, that's great success. So, UFC gets 40%, and Fight Pass, hell, they might sell some subscriptions, might get some new MMA fans out the deal. I mean, hey. Maybe they could even offer some kind of deal to where you subscribe and you get maybe X amount off the pay-per-view or something like that. Who knows? Who knows how they could work it? But that would be the plus and the benefit for the UFC. Alright. Now, what I'd like to see happen. Okay, like I said earlier, Conor should accept the 50 million. Okay? But under one condition. And of course, backside, pay-per-view extra. If they hit certain numbers, get a little back end pay-per-view bonus or whatever. But why accept the 50 million? Do it under one condition. Okay, I think this would be an awesome idea. Imagine if Conor was to go on SportsCenter one night. He puts out on social media, hey, I'm appearing on SportsCenter and it's a must see. You gotta watch, you gotta tune in. He goes on SportsCenter. Alright. Whoever interviewing him, he tells them, he says, hey, I'm going to Las Vegas, Nevada on this date. It could be a week from that day, 2 weeks from that day. He says, I'm going to Floyd Mayweather's backyard. I'm going to Las Vegas. I'm showing up at this hotel, to this, this is where I'm going to hold my press conference. Okay? And I'm inviting Floyd to show up. I'm coming to his backyard. I want him to show up. I need to see him face to face and have some words with him in public. Okay? Now, more than likely, Mayweather not going to show up. Okay? If he did, awesome, great. You talk about huge, big time event. Okay? But let's say he doesn't show up, and most likely he won't. Okay? Conor shows up at the press conference and he says, you know what? I'm publicly calling out Floyd Mayweather. I'm publicly stating that I will fight him for the $50 million that he offered, but under one condition. And then he reaches up under the table and he pulls out the 4-ounce UFC gloves, puts them on his hands, and says, I will fight you as long as I get to wear these in the fight, and hold his hands up showing those 4-ounce gloves. That's what he should do. I would like to see him fight this fight wearing the 4-ounce gloves. Why? Because we know he is a heavy hitter. Okay? Now, Floyd seemingly has all the advantages. It's going to be, boxing. It's not going to be MMA. So Conor's limited. What are his advantages in it? Really, he would have none. But if he's able to wear those 4-ounce gloves, then he kind of has a little advantage in the fight. His most dangerous weapon can come out, which is his power. Okay? So I think that would be a great concession, or a great bonus for Conor. I think he should go for that. If Floyd wants to wear regular boxing gloves, let him do it. If Conor wants to come in with 4-ounce gloves and his, green, Irish UFC trunks, and he dresses like he dresses in the fight, and Floyd dresses like he dresses in the fight, and one has on 4-ounce gloves, the other one has on boxing gloves, hey, that'd be great. Or if Floyd wants to put on 4-ounce gloves, he can too, but I doubt he would because of his brittle hands. Okay? But that would be great. And that would put the intrigue in the fight, like, damn, well, what if Conor was to land one of those shots? Could he knock him out? Could he hurt Mayweather? I would imagine at some point he would hit Mayweather somewhere, with a shot. Let's see how he would react to getting hit by those 4-ounce gloves. It would add intrigue. And hey, like I said, take the $50 million. If he didn't want to accept those terms, then ask for more money. But if you can get those 4-ounce gloves, and if you can connect on a 40-year-old who, while he still may be great, he no doubt will have lost a little bit because of the age. I mean, it's natural. So I think that's worth it. Okay. Now, the outcomes of the fight. Let's say the fight was to happen, either way. Either with the way I just set it up, or, straight up boxing gloves on both fighters and all that. Okay. I think I saw the lines on YouTube were saying like minus 2,500 for Floyd on the betting odds and plus 1,100 for Conor on the betting odds. Okay, so if it goes like everybody think it'll go, and like the odds makers say it'll go, if Floyd just, outboxes him, embarrasses him, knocks him out, whatever, then guess what? If you're the UFC and if you're Conor, you say, hey, we took his terms. He was the heavy favorite. He is the seasoned boxer, one of the all-time greats. And we had our work cut out for us. He was not expected to win the fight, but he took the challenge. That's all you have to say. I mean, he's not expected to win, and if he doesn't win, then hey, oh well. You get paid a hell of a lot of money. UFC and Conor. And hey, you took the shot. You weren't scared. You accepted the challenge, and you gave the public something that they'll never forget. High level MMA fighter against a high level legendary boxer. All right. Now, let's say the heavens opened up and God whispers in Conor's ear and tells him to throw that straight left at this certain point in this certain spot, because Floyd's going to be there, and he connects and somehow he knocks Floyd out, or has Floyd staggering to where he can't continue after landing a heavy shot. Could you imagine the outcome, how the world would react? I mean, it would be crazy. Conor would be, the only way he could win this fight is by knockout. I mean, he's not going to outbox him for 12 rounds or however many rounds they fought, 10 rounds, whatever. But if he was to pull it off, wow. And with the power he has, hey, who knows? If he can connect, anything's possible. So, yeah. So if you take the risk and you pull it out, then, hey, you an instant bona fide legend. You're already a legend, but I mean, geez, you're one of the all-time sports icons if you pull that off. Do something that no pro boxer could do to Floyd Mayweather. Beat him and knock him out. I mean, wow. So that would be a win for McGregor. It'd be bad for Mayweather, but hey, you're getting $100 million check, so can't feel too bad for you. All right, and of course for the UFC, if Fight Pass is the distributor and broadcaster of the fight, I mean, look at the publicity and the press you're getting for Fight Pass. I mean, it's becoming a must-have platform, and it's being pushed to the world. With the two biggest high-selling combat sports stars going, and you're gonna get, I'd say, a minimum of $80 million out of just putting the fight on. And I mean, hey, and pretty sure more, because the fight will sell a lot more than 2 million pay-per-views, in my opinion. So this fight should happen. It would be an all-time spectacle. High-level legendary boxer against a two-weight division MMA champion. The two highest-selling fighters in each sport. I mean, it would be huge. Huge money, huge spectacle, and it would be great for all of combat sports, just for sports in general. So, let me know what you guys think of my ideas. Let me know if you have any ideas that could maybe improve what I'm giving out there, what I'm saying. And, yeah, I hope it happens. Talk to you guys later.